Hello world, this is Ina. I have a way for you to figure out what is slowing down your website and how to fix it. Now, let me cut to the chase. Usually, this is because you have very large pictures showing on your site. So how do you know which one and how do you know what to do about it? I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do, how to identify it, how to fix it, how to repost, and fix your site forever. Are you ready for this? Let's get to it. So this is my website right now, and it is a little bit sluggish. I have a lot of images on the site, so I don't really know which one is causing issues. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to open the Developer Tools console. The way you do this on a PC is you press F12. Another way to do this, and you can do this on any browser, in any computer, is to right-click anywhere on your site and click on Inspect. Sometimes it's Inspect Element, sometimes it's Inspect Object, but it's Inspect is the last thing in the menu, all right? So you click on Inspect, and that opens up the Developer Tools, all right? I'm going to maximize it just so that you can see what I'm talking about. Now, we're not going to be touching any code, so don't worry about that, all right? What I want you to do is go to the Network tab. I'm going to click on it right now. And because my page already loaded, there's nothing showing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my page, all right? And I'm going to refresh, all right? As I refresh the page, you see that the DevTools Network tab is starting to fill up with stuff. I'm going to maximize it again so we can see it clearly. So now this is all of the documents, images or otherwise, that are being loaded on your site as the site loads. Now that's a lot of documents. So you can see by the blue lines which one is taking the longest to load, right? So did you notice it? What is going on here? All right. So this image is what is creating the whole issue, all right? If it's not super clear because maybe the bars are all, very similar and it's not as clear as this one, what you can do is to sort by the size column and scroll all the way to the top. And you can see this image is 5 megabytes big. That is way too big for a site. You should be aiming anything less than the 300K range, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna identify where this image is. My office, I know exactly which image that is. It's not this, it's not this. But actually, if you don't know the name of your image, you can just right-click on the image, click on Inspect, and find out its name. So here, I'm going to find out what this image is. And it is image mwp113.jpg. So that's not the one I'm talking about, right? So if you don't know, if by looking at the name, you don't know which one it is, just keep clicking until you find it. I know exactly which one that is. And that is this tiny little image that I have here is what is causing the problem. So as you can see, the size of the image on the screen has nothing to do with how heavy it is, all right? So I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to inspect it just to confirm. Right there you see myoffice.jpg. That is crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this image, all right? And you can do that by, they're giving you the link. This is the link to your image. So if you already have it in your computer, go to your computer and do what I'm about to do. But this is just in case you don't know where that image is anymore because you loaded it a long time ago. So you just want to download it straight from your site. So they're giving you the link here. It says source, and then here's the link to it. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to a browser and type this in. This, obviously, if it starts with a slash, if it doesn't start with your domain name, if it starts with your domain name, just use that address. But if it doesn't, this is what goes right after your domain name. You see that? So I'm going to copy the link here. Now it looks like a regular link, right? I'm going to enter. And here is the image, all right? So I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to save the image to my computer. Again, if you already have this image on your computer, you don't need to go through all these steps. I'm just doing it just for those people who don't. So I'm going to open up my image. Where is it? It is right here. And I use on Windows, I use Microsoft Paint to reduce the size of things because it's a very easy tool. I'm sure on Mac there is another image tool that you can open to change the size of images. So whatever you do normally to make something that looks like this look like this, do it, right? So I usually just go to Paint and you can go to it from your computer, it's already there. So just type paint. It's right there. A really super fast shortcut is I memorized that paint is actually, the command is MS Paint. MS is for Microsoft Paint. So if I open the run command, this might be a little bit too advanced, but this is actually how I open Paint because it's much easier. I don't have to go look for it in the start on the start menu. And to open up the run command, I just do the window button and the R, right? So this, I'm getting a little bit more advanced than you need to, but that's also another way to open Microsoft Paint. You can also just go to the window and just start typing paint, and that will do it for you. It's right there. So paint, I'm going to open my image. Where is my office? It's right here. As you can see, I don't need this image to be this big to display on the site. And pretty much as soon as I reduce the size here, Microsoft Paint is going to try to give you the smallest image possible. If you're on a Mac, just use whatever image tool you normally would use to reduce the size of an image, and it basically does the same thing. So here I'm going to say resize. All right, and this is a percentage. I could also go with pixels. I'm going to reduce it to maybe 10% of its size, because as you saw, like, I just need it to be small. So this is what 10% looks like. If I go back to my site, right, you can still see that is a pretty respectable, that's a respectable size for this tiny image, right? That should be enough for it. So I'm going to resave this. I'm going to give it a different name. This is going to be my Office 2. All right, my Office 2. Save it as JPEG. So you have the option between PNG and JPEG. PNG is good if you have a transparency on your image because it will keep it. JPG does not keep a transparency. All right, so it's basically like solid colors. If you have a transparency, it will translate it to either black or white. So if you have transparency, use PNG. If you don't, JPEG is actually the most efficient image format. So just use JPG. All right, I'm going to save it. And now here, Paint is telling me that the size of my image has gone from 5 megabytes to 105K. That is a good size for my website. So I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to re-upload this image. So in WordPress, you go to Dashboard. You go to Media, Add New. And I'm going to upload my Office 2. There it is. Now I have my Office 2. So now you go to your website where that image was and replace the image with Office 2. All right. If it's on a blog post, you remove the feature image, you re-add it. If it wasn't an image inside a blog post, you delete it and then add it again. So that's basically what it takes to replace it. In my case, it was on a widget and I used some HTML for it. So you can see what I did here, but that's just because I'm more comfortable with HTML than anything else. But here I have my image. It was right here, my Office JPG. I'm going to say my Office 2.jpg, and I'm going to save that and go back to my site. Again, you don't have to deal with HTML. On your website, you should just be able to just replace that image. All right. So now I'm going to go to the bottom. My image is still there. It should be Office 2. And I'm going to open up my developer tools again, network tab. I'm going to refresh my site. All right, it's loading all my blue bars. I think it finished loading, so I'm going to go to size. All right. And now my biggest problem is this base.js, which I'm going to do nothing about because that's part of the theme, part of the site. And here is my Office 105K. So now my site will load a lot faster. And yeah, that is usually the most common reason why websites get slowed down, because you're not thinking about it. You just upload the picture and you trust that WordPress is going to resize for you. And in many cases it does. But sometimes That is the problem. Now, I have a 5-day challenge coming up, which I would be remiss if I didn't tell you about it because it's a really great opportunity. I'm going to be there live answering questions, and it is basically designed for people who are starting their business and who want to start their website. Go to the link on your screen to sign up, because if you don't sign up, you're not going to get the emails, you're not going to get the reminders, you're not going to get the homeworks, and I really want you to get your life back on track. So go check it out. At the end of the challenge, I am going to be talking about a course all on WordPress that I'm going to be teaching very soon. So you want to be there for that. All right. So go sign up. If you have any questions, I'm right here. I will see you there. So I really hope this was helpful. If you want to learn more about WordPress, I have a great playlist where I'm putting all of my WordPress tips. Go check it out. It should be showing up on your screen, I think, like right here. This will be the WordPress playlist, and this is just another video that you should check out just because it's there. Goodbye, world. I will see you next time.